We hope you're all having a fantastic and inspiring time so far. I know we are.
Before we continue with our inspiring lineup of speakers, we would love to take a few minutes to do an interactive leadership activity together. How does that sound, Marielly?
Sounds fun, Nishita. I was just thinking that it would be great to grasp a few more tangible leadership skills that I can put into action. After all, it is the Global Leadership Summit.
Exactly. This activity will help us explore the power of communication and how it plays a pivotal role in being an effective leader of peers. So, let's get started.
The first step of this activity is to find a square piece of paper and fold the corners over into triangles. Take a moment to do that now, and we will do it with you. Remember, we are folding all four corners of the square into triangles.
Great. Now that you have your folded paper, it's time to engage your observation skills. Look at the folded paper in your hand and count how many shapes there are altogether.
Excellent. Now, let's take this activity to a global level. Please share the number of shapes you see in the chat, and let's see how many answers we've come up with.
While you're sharing your responses, we want to highlight the 7 important communication skills that are essential for effective leadership. These skills include communication tone, active listening, transparency, clarity, open body language, the ability to ask open ended questions, and receiving and implementing feedback. These skills play a crucial role in building strong connections and resolving conflicts.
Now, let's put these communication skills into practice. Imagine you are in a scenario where you and another person have counted different numbers of shapes on the folded paper. How would you approach a conversation about your different perspectives?
Oh, I have an idea, Marielly. Let's roleplay a conversation to demonstrate how we can navigate a conversation with some of these communication skills you mentioned earlier.
I love that idea, Nishita. I see five shapes right now. You too, right?
Actually, I see 7.
You're seeing seven and I'm seeing five. Really? How? Can you tell me more about your perspective?
Of course, Marielly. I observed that some of the folded triangles overlap, and I counted those as separate shapes.
Mm, I'm not seeing what you mean. Would you mind explaining further?
No problem. So, you have one shape here, another here, another here, another here. That's 4. When you turn it around, these two make another shape, and these two make another triangle. And altogether, you've got a square. So that's 7. Would you like to maybe try and see if that helps?
Oh, yes, I see it now. Thank you for taking the time to show me.
My pleasure. I would love to hear your perspective too. How did you count the shapes?
I only counted each of the triangles as a single shape, which might explain the difference in our counts. It's interesting to see how our perspectives can vary, but we can find a common understanding by discussing our observations in more detail.
By using active listening, listening attentively and responding reflectively, asking open ended questions that encourage further conversation, and maintaining a respectful tone throughout without getting angry or defensive, we were able to have a constructive conversation about our different perspectives.
And when I was being transparent about not understanding how Nishita arrived at her final number of shapes, asking for more clarity in the situation, and then implementing the feedback she gave me on the counting process, we perfectly exemplified how communication skills can bridge gaps and foster deeper understanding.
Absolutely. Although this was just a minor activity, the communication skills we implemented are essential for resolving conflicts and creating an inclusive and supportive environment for everyone on a much larger scale. Each person brings a unique perspective to the table, and through open dialogue and compassionate consultation, we can harness the power of diverse ideas and work together towards new innovative solutions.
As we bring this activity to an end, we encourage you to keep practicing these communication tips in everyday interactions and strengthen your skills as leaders of peers. And if you want to gain even more leadership skills, don't forget to sign up for Grow Up Academy at growup.org/growup101 to enroll in our free online leadership course with Grow Up leaders all around the world. After all, collaboration and inclusion are the key ingredients in effective leadership.